What if I told you that in the late 1800s, a time when Black Americans were barely out of slavery, a former enslaved man built a bank? Not just any bank, but one that would go on to finance the only Black-owned and operated railroad in the United States? This is the story of vision, of resistance, of building something powerful against every odd. Welcome to A History in Color, and this is the bank that built a railroad. Let's go back to Richmond, Virginia, 1888. Meet William Washington Browne, born into slavery in Georgia in 1849. But his story? It doesn't end in bondage. It begins there. After the Civil War, Browne devoted his life to uplifting Black people, not through charity, but through self-determination, through business, through power. He founded the Grand Fountain of the United Order of True Reformers, a mutual aid society that offered insurance and community support when no one else would. This wasn't just about survival. It was about building something better. In 1888, Browne took things even further. He founded the True Reformers Bank, the first chartered Black-owned bank in the United States. Let that sink in. A bank owned, operated, and run by Black people in the post-Reconstruction South. While white banks denied Black customers basic financial services, Browne's bank opened doors. They offered savings accounts, loans, financial education, a chance to invest, to grow, to own. It was more than a bank. It was a message to America. We are not waiting for permission. We are building our own. But the True Reformers weren't done. With their financial muscle, they did the unthinkable. They helped create the only Black-owned and operated railroad in U.S. history. That's right, a Black-owned railroad in the Jim Crow South. This wasn't just about trains. This was about movement, literally and figuratively. It meant Black passengers could ride with dignity, Black workers could find employment in leadership roles, and Black businesses could move goods across counties on their own terms. The railroad represented freedom, economic power, and unity. But it also faced stiff opposition, economic sabotage, government red tape, and plain old racism. Despite their determination, the railroad didn't last forever. But while it ran, it stood as a miracle of Black ingenuity. Eventually, the pressures became too great. The bank closed. The railroad stopped running. But that doesn't mean the mission failed. Browne's legacy didn't die. It planted seeds. The True Reformers Bank showed Black America what was possible. It inspired the creation of more Black-owned businesses, banks, and mutual aid networks across the country. William Washington Browne proved that we could own our labor, our wealth, and our future, even in the harshest environments. His work was a blueprint, a spark, a declaration. Black excellence is not new. It's historical. Today, when we talk about buying Black, building generational wealth, and creating space for our communities to thrive, we're echoing Browne's dream. He believed in more than protest. He believed in power, economic power, collective power. And in a world that still tries to sideline Black achievement, remembering pioneers like Browne isn't just about honoring the past. It's about fueling the present, because you can't know where you're going until you know where you've been. Here at A History in Color, we're committed to telling the stories they don't teach in school. Stories of Black visionaries, creators, builders, stories like William Washington Browne. So if this story moved you, if it made you proud, if it opened your eyes to something new, do us and yourself a favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to know that Black history is bigger, deeper, and more powerful than they ever imagined. Because history isn't just black and white. It's bold, it's brilliant, it's a history in color.